This is my 1987 Honda XR250R. It is a street legal dirt bike. I have added bark busters, rear view mirrors, a horn. It has Kenda 270 50/50 tires, 50% dirt, 50% road tires. I replaced the stock fork covers with seal skins, and today I'm going to be installing a top case. Since my bike is an older bike, sometimes it's hard to find aftermarket parts. I also don't have a lot of money to spend, so I decided to go with a do-it-yourself job. I decided to fabricate a rack and purchase a case. I chose the Apache medium-sized case from Harbor Freight. It's watertight and dust-proof, and it should fit most of the things that I would normally carry in a backpack, but would like to be able to lock up on my bike instead. The case was about $30 from Harbor Freight. For the rack, I happen to have some square 1-inch metal tubing lying around from a previous project, and so I chose to build the frame out of this. It wouldn't cost me anything. I did do the welding myself, and the welding is quite bad, so please don't critique my welding in the comments. I already know it's terrible, but it is strong enough for this project. After cutting, drilling, and dry fitting, I used Krylon Fusion Gloss White to finish up the paint job, and it matches the Honda white pretty well. Here I'm tapping in the carriage bolts on the underside of the frame. So the rack that I built was about 1/8 of an inch too narrow for the bike frame. So I clamped the bike frame just a little bit. This is just the part that holds on the rear fender. So I clamped it just a little bit to help get the frame on. I am using nylon washers between the bike frame and the metal rack. Since my bike is street legal, I do have a license plate to mount, and this is where I had it mounted previously, so I'm just installing that back on the bike, as well as tightening the nuts and bolts that hold the rack against the frame. So this is the completed luggage rack. It's not especially pretty, but it will be mostly hidden by the top case, and it was free except for the cost of the nuts and bolts. Because the welds are a little higher than the rest of the rack, there was a small gap between the rest of the rack and the Apache case, and so I used rubber washers to help fill some of that space, as well as fender washers both below and above the Apache case to help distribute the force of the nuts and bolts over a greater area on the bottom of the case. The case came with some foam. This is the bottom piece. This is the finished product. Again, this is a 1987 Honda XR250R, street legal, and now it has a locking top case. I still need to get a couple of padlocks for the 2 lock holes, but altogether, not counting the padlocks, the project cost about $45. Here's the tools that were in the toolkit with plenty of room to spare. That's it. Thanks for watching.